1.
Welcome back. Two Dads, One Dutt. It's a new episode. It's a new show. It's a new format.
Same podcast.
Same faces, same voices.
Same 3 brethrens.
We're going to do some different stuff for you here.
Yeah.
We're going to get the podcast started. We're going to recap, obviously, last week's results, the final results of draft season. For those of you that have been with us for the whole time, not a lot of suspense. We kind of all knew what was going to happen. Travis lost.
Ha, ha, ha.
We don't. We'll get to that at some
That
point.
sucker's mine.
I hope we should make a trophy.
Yeah, we'll do something
That'd
for
be
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do something for me.
Stay
What-
tuned for the fireworks.
What does bronze get?
You
You're
are the
bronze.
I
You're
know,
bronze.
That's what I'm asking.
You get
'cause-
your face shaved off.
Well, I want something tangible. I guess it kind of is
I
tangible.
can put all
Put
the hair
your
in the
beard
bag.
in a
Bag?
Ziploc baggie.
And put it in an urn.
Locks
Yep.
for love.
Yeah. I mean, I could do it. No, I want to keep them because you have to give those back.
Oh, dude, you know what you should do?
What?
Keep it, and then we'll make a hair unit for you.
There you go.
That'd
Ooh.
be sick.
So here's a hot take, though. I know we're not really a hot takes podcast anymore, but things change. If you gave me a real hairline, I think I would look weird.
Now?
Yeah.
that you now
Well,
have
you
one,
have a real hairline. It's just not a great one.
it's receding.
Correct.
It's pretty trashy.
But if I gave you like a nice hairline, you'd be like, this looks weird.
yeah,
Yeah, I would.
it'd freak me the fuck out. I wouldn't want it.
Or would you love it?
No, take it back. Like if I didn't have thick Momoa hair from day one, I don't want it. I haven't seen it, so I don't want it. I'm fine with what I have.
What if you could get back the hair you had when you were
Take it 100%.
17? Yeah, you
All
could
the-
do that. Go
No.
to fucking Turkey.
You
dude.
don't think 17-year-old
Go to
Travis
Istanbul.
had thick locks?
You guys should see my pictures because you saw it coming early. I didn't realize in hindsight, or hindsight is 2020, but like you go back
Foresight, you didn't see it?
and forehead, like it was just like
5 head.
yeah, like man, like I had hair, and then all of a sudden it was like it ain't there, and I was just like shit.
It hit you quick.
Go to Istanbul, dude.
Yeah, what's
They'll
there?
do the hair plug transplant for
No,
you.
thank you. Super busy. Got a show to run.
Okay.
Okay,
A lot of people do it. I watch them get a lot of Instagrams on it.
sweet.
Speaking of logistics,
Yeah.
you're up.
Bing,
for,
bang,
for
boom.
what?
Who's this episode sponsored by?
Oh, I was like, what are you fucking talking about? This week's episode, the newest episode of Two Dads, One Dad, is brought to you by First Shield Defense. First Shield Defense is a proud supporter of us, 2D, 1D, and they want to give its listeners the opportunity to train at an awesome discount. Message FSD on Facebook, Instagram, or their website and mention that you're a 2D, 1D Offspringer. You'll get 50% off your first 2 months of membership. That's almost a $200 value. They will help develop a self-defense strategy that is natural to you. Reach out to First Shield Defense today, firstshielddefense.com.
Let them know you listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Google, Amazon. And if you're watching us, you may notice we have some merch, FSD merch, out right now. Get your hats. Get on the website, fsd.com.
Got your hat.
Grr.
Hit them up.
Drop that beat.
It's beat drop time. Un beat drop, yes. I think we should get an official song now.
Yeah, is it time? Official song, official claps.
Finger popping
Let's get
time.
into it. No,
Finger
that song
popping shit.
sucks.
It's fire, dude. It starts off Sandlot in the best ways. But go ahead.
We are back. The Two Dads, One Dutt podcast. As always, I am your one Dutt, Justin Dutteroy, a.k.a. champion of draft season, inaugural first season. Thank you.
Really
Love
was.
you. Offspringers, you're the best.
Travis, third place, still on the podium. The bronze winner of draft season.
There he is.
The proud new owner of a baby face, one mustache. Mustache rides start tomorrow, baby.
Let's
9
do
a.m.
it.
sharp. Doors open.
For 30 days.
Come sit.
I'm the real dad.
Yeah.
Silver medalist, if we're just going to announce where we finished the draft season. I mean, some people would say if you're not first, you're last, but in this scenario, that is not true at all.
That is correct.
I will safely sit in the silver medal position, but I am Skur Dad, the dad, Brandon Brenner.
All right, Dutt, go ahead. Fucking shine. Say whatever you want to say.
I think I already did.
Yeah, you know, I wake up in the morning,
I
put my
piss
pants on,
excellence,
one
blah,
leg
blah,
at a
blah.
time. Yeah, I do piss excellence, bud. I draft
You won't drink
immaculate. It's sterile, and I like the taste.
it, though. Sterile. I like to taste.
No, thank you, Offspringers. I appreciate you. Thank you for voting for me. The ones, obviously, I had a lot of people on my Instagram that naturally vote for me, but sometimes you guys did follow your hearts and you voted for Travis or you voted for Skur. I seen you. I watched you. I know who you were. I was writing names down, but it's okay. Because in the end, the fire rises.
So it's like I text you guys, not to steal your thunder or like go off of that.
Sounds
but
like you're gonna.
no,
Yeah.
100%. So I looked it up, did the math. Ever since the early comings of the weeks, so we did 18 total. It was kind of Dutt got off to a hot early start, maintained it for the majority of it, but like we were getting wins there every now and then. Like, so you and I would battle for like 1 or 2 here or there. But then it hit a week. I want to say it was 10 or 12, and you were just dead last by a mile, man. And so it just really frustrates me as a human, as a person that loves to just win. And it's like,
That you came in last.
but you sucked for 10 weeks. Well, 8 to 12. Or no, 6 to 8 of them. And
But less than you.
but
How many did you suck at?
what I'm saying is it's because I had to go up against Dutt.
So did I.
So it's
So
like
did he.
well, I was trying to think of it. It's like it was when wasn't Teixeira on the Yankees when Rodriguez was still there. So it's like he's shining, but you got fucking Rodriguez batting third. Like
No.
Like-
You're missing the analogy.
I don't think I am.
Oh yeah, the clearest part is if we're getting chased in the woods by a wolf,
Yeah,
I just need to be faster than you.
Bing, bang, boom.
And that's what I was.
but I was still faster.
I didn't win
than
the
you.
race. No, you
weren't.
weren't.
Yes, I was. I was faster than you for the
You're in
majority of the
last.
draft season. That's my point.
No.
Yeah, and now it's clicking.
You
It's
weren't-
not clicking.
You weren't ahead of me. You never had more wins than me ever.
But I had more votes than you every week.
That's not how we decide
And so
presidencies.
what it sucks
That's
is
not
when
how
we're
we
running,
decide-
when we're running away from a fucking wolf. Sorry, I have one that's on steroids. Some fucking crazy human being, fucking Rocky Balboa, is just gone.
You weren't faster than me.
No, Usain Bolt probably would have been better there.
Oh yeah.
Bing, bang, boom.
Yeah,
Rocky was never fast.
but it's like, what do you want me to do? Like,
Be
I'm trying.
better
I'm
than
trying
me.
to. I'm chasing a ghost.
Well, that was the point.
You didn't
were
have
try-
to chase me.
You
All
had
you
to,
do
you
is
had to
beat
beat
him.
me,
I want to win.
and
Yeah.
and that attitude got you an L.
Hell.
Well, what
See
happened
what I
was,
did
what
there?
happened was, it was early weeks. If you go back and look,
Uh-huh.
you were terrible at it, and then you're like, I got a new strategy.
Figured it
and then
out.
it turned a little
Yeah,
bit.
went back to formula.
Yeah, if this was 25 weeks of a draft, maybe something different happens,
Maybe
but it
something
wasn't.
different.
I don't want
happened.
that. I want to go back and I want to fucking have somebody to take the time because I don't want to do it because it would just piss me off even more. Find out how many times I was this close or how many times there were some of those votes that always went Dutt's
No,
way.
you never want to know that.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
do.
looking back at your bet where you like, oh, I had this a
I'd
basketball
rather
team
lose by
plus
fucking
3.5.
18 legs and know it's cooked off the rip than make it to the very
Correct.
last leg and lose.
You go back and you
Nope.
look at the play-by-play, and you're like, "Oh, this 80% free throw shooter missed 2 at the end when
Yeah.
all I needed was to make 1."
Bad beat.
That's gonna
Don't want
piss
to
you
tell
off
me.
even
Don't tell me.
more.
Give me the
Don't
stats.
tell me it's a bad beat.
I'm a stats guy. Give me the stats.
I did what I had to
Gordon
do.
Hayward, 5 minutes in, rolls his ankle. That's a bad beat, and
Yeah.
now I'm pissed.
But okay, so here's my thing. I guess maybe to summarize it all is I'm getting my face has not seen the light of day in over a
Oh,
decade.
brother.
Maybe it should.
I get it. Like
Maybe it should.
You have every reason to be upset at what you have to do to pay the penalty.
But you don't understand the ramifications for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Like I'm talking, people are going to look at me and be like, I'm going to wait for the next guy to be available to help me. 'cause
I don't think
that's
so.
not
dude.
gonna happen at
Mustaches
all.
are so back, dude. Miles Teller brought it back.
yeah, you have that.
Shout out Goose. Shout out Rooster.
I mean, I had my mustache before him. Just everybody knows that.
But
But
it's,
yeah,
it's
Miles
gonna,
Teller brought the mustache back. For
it's gonna
sure.
be tough. I
For
get-
that reason alone, I hate it.
but what if, like I text you, what if it doesn't grow back?
It would.
But your beard's too thick for it not to grow back.
I don't know.
No.
I do know.
It's
It'll
the
grow
same
back.
thing with my hair.
No, that's way different.
that's
I'm thin on top as well.
Uh-huh.
I'm not worried about my beard ever growing back in. Like I shave this all the time. Within a couple weeks, it's a full beard again. You're fine.
So nervous.
But for 3
You'll be
weeks, your
all right.
baby butt's smooth.
No.
Baby butt, baby butt.
So people out there listening, I have decided that there has to be some wiggle room.
How can you do that, Offspringers? Tell him that's not a
'Cause
thing.
you guys agreed to it.
No, we didn't.
I think Dutt did.
We agreed that it was baby butt smooth, and you had to maintain that until the Super Bowl.
2 out of 3 wins. So Dutt's going to clean me up every Monday.
No,
Skur says no.
So that's 1 to 2. Sorry you lost.
I didn't lose. He's yet to say yes.
But
I'm with Skur. You
Yeah,
guys shave
shocker.
every
Tell you
day.
what,
Yeah, shave every day.
We
At
said
least every
that.
other day.
We
At
said
least
that
every other
multiple
day. Sure.
times that you had to maintain a clean face.
Skirl, no,
Yeah.
he works with you. He'll see
Yeah.
it.
I absolutely
Skirl,
will.
bring
Every-
the razor and shaving cream to work.
No, I'm just saying it's gonna be.
He's like, I haven't shaved in 10 years. And I'm like, the good news is that it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Up and down, never side to side.
I don't own any equipment to get it done. I'm just saying this is.
Guess what I brought you, bud?
I know
All the goods.
this is gonna be daunting. Like this is a task that I need you guys to understand. Like I spent. I don't want to spoil some of my WABs, but it's affected me.
Yeah, that's what these types of bets and things should do. Like, if it didn't
Not this
matter,
way. Not this
who
way.
cares?
Yeah, put skin in the game, dude.
Yeah.
Because if we're being honest with each other,
Please, let's be.
and I lost,
Or we could lie.
no, you would not let me say the things that you're saying. You would not say, oh, you can grow it out every week and then shave it down. You would say, we agreed on this. You're keeping it smooth until the Super Bowl.
Who's to say we got to go to the multiverse?
Yeah, it's only until the Super Bowl, dude. You'll be fine.
Only.
Yeah.
And if anybody who listens to this podcast knows you, you're a huge fan of women. It's not going to affect the way you feel about them or how they feel about you.
Well, so there was already this notion of like, I don't know if you're ever going to really win in that category ever. This sure ain't going to fucking help it.
But
It might,
there's
dude.
some
Women love
undercover
mustache. I
chicks.
just told you.
wish.
I've seen multiple on my algorithm this week, and I don't know if it's because they knew we were shaving our faces, but it's like, oh, do I like somebody in a mustache? Am I
See?
attracted to somebody with a mustache? It's happening,
It's
man.
going to make a sign that says,
A little upper lip sweater, dude.
that just says M rides for free 99 and just stand outside.
There you go.
The M stands for mustache.
Yeah, we get it.
No,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. Okay. So WABs.
WABs, baby.
Before we go,
Sure. What do you want to do?
well, I was going to say,
What else do you want me to
weren't
shave?
we going to record said shave and post it for the people to see?
Yes, bitch.
Yeah.
Why- Just letting the listeners know. That's all.
guys. You'll see it. It's going to be awesome.
Man, bit
Fuck.
her.
Well, no shit, brother. Look at this. You don't get it.
But it was in
If
your
this
hands.
gets a million likes, I shave his head. Offspringers, do your thing.
It's just it's going to be tough because I already thought in my mind mentally, I thought I was going to beat you, and then two, I was like,
Right, that's why you're so mad, because you thought
shut
you
up,
weren't
I'm
gonna
not done
win.
talking. And then two, I had planned for, future me to go into my future house, fingers crossed everything goes well, and I was going to shave the head and start fresh that way. Well, now I got to do this.
There you go, dude.
That's going to take a lot of time.
All right, I'll
That's
give.
not going to take, buddy.
Fine, here's the deal.
Super Bowl's February. By St. Patty's Day, your beard will be back.
It better be.
It will be.
I'll give
Promise me.
I'll give you one out right now. You don't have to touch your beard in any way, shape, or form if you shave off your eyebrows.
You wish. You see these caterpillars? They've actually grown on me. So for the longest time, they were so thick that they used to like hinder me, and I thought they were like a negative. But now I think they're a positive. I think big, thick
eyebrows are back. Dude.
Yeah, they're dominant.
Sandy Cohen.
I don't know who that is.
That's the dad from the OC, Dick.
Oh, he doesn't have them. It's fucking.
You don't
Eugene
think
Levy?
he doesn't
Yeah,
have them?
it's American Pie Dad, dude. That's
These ooh,
he's the
they're
eyebrow
sleek.
king.
They're not.
There can be multiple people with.
No,
bushy-
but Eugene Levy's the eyebrow king. Everybody knows that.
No,
Kinda, yeah.
no,
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't agree.
So, WABs, worst
WABs.
and the best. We go low, so we can go high, sky high.
Sky high.
we do.
Reach for the sky. I'll start.
There it is.
I've kind of spoiled mine. Yesterday, so today is what, Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Monday,
correct.
the January 16th edition. It was just a weird day. So like
'Cause it was
overall,
Martin Luther King Day.
MLK shout out, only positive. But no, those days where everything, it's like the cliches they talk about. You go to like hang your keys up, or like your coat gets caught on the
Oh,
door,
yeah.
and it's like you've already been through the fucking shit all day, and you're just like, that was the one weird thing that just causes a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Started right from the jump. Woke up, I just felt really weird. Went to make waffles, started making waffles again, which shout out to you for picking them. I don't know why I didn't. They're really good.
Told you.
But they get stuck in the waffle
That's why he
maker,
lost.
and you got to like finger blast them out with the fork.
Now
and
we're
then,
talking.
And then they just peel and get stuck, and I'm like, well, this sucks. Now my waffles.
You didn't spray it?
No, it's a carbon fiber or whatever the fuck.
No,
you gotta
you
spray
still
it.
spray
You
it.
still spray it, bud.
No, it's a really. I'll go show you. But
No, I've seen it. I checked it out.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
still
But
gotta
you still spray it.
You still got to spray it.
But so that happened, busted me up and just ruined my breakfast. Get to work. Work's just, ebbs and flows of just sometimes you get dumped on and have bad days. And then the whole mustache thing was just, looming over me all day. But
You
thankfully,
thought it was Mustache Monday. Look at you.
well, and that's what was funny is so, we
Live
get
to survive another day.
Yeah, we get stuck at work, and I'm thinking in my head, like, I had already done so much mental fucking prep work to lose this bastard, and now I got to go another 24.
That's right.
No.
Did you enjoy it? Did you take a shower? Did you wash it?
I
No, you
I
didn't.
just took a shower like an hour ago, but I thought about, like, do you just kind of leave it, like, whatever?
Gross for me? Thanks.
Well, no, gross, because I was thinking, like, if I take a shower, then it gets all the loose hairs off after you cut me. That seems
Yeah,
like a
you should
smart
have just
play.
waited to. Should have shampooed it, conditioned it, put a little oil in it. Like, let it be babied real quick. It's gonna die. I'm gonna kill it.
My beard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you get that second chance at something where it's like, oh, I get one more moment with this person because I thought I was gone or something. You're just like,
And you did nothing.
all
for
right.
it.
You probably didn't even look at yourself in the mirror.
No, I didn't even take any, like, selfies or nothing. Man, I really fucked that up.
This guy.
That sucks.
Well,
Well, I got pictures.
we still got this episode.
Yeah.
So we'll always have this.
There he is. Tell him how
gonna
good
be
he looks
mine.
before and after.
It looks good. Like, from a distance.
But you got a thick stash. It's going to be better than you think,
Yeah.
man.
You're gonna be fine until I knock it down to a pervert French mustache.
I think for
La, la,
2
la,
or
la.
3 weeks, I'm going to have to start smoking cigs.
Duh.
Super thin.
Just fucking misties.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, all right, I'm
Fucking
down. Are the ones you
Virginia
put
Slims 100s,
cocaine in the
dude?
top of? Yes, do some of
Hey.
those. Just get a bump and a cig. Fuck it.
Now we're talking.
But no, it was one of those where, again, like, some days just the universe just seems like it's just throwing and dumping shit on you. That was yesterday.
Mm.
Yeah, so that was my worst. And then
Gotcha.
my worst, I guess, kind of parlayed into today because I still have a beard and it's still getting taken from me.
Nice.
Dutt. I have a special set of skills.
All right, so my worst,
Yeah.
which you could parlay into.
Don't take my word.
I'm not gonna. So
We'll
I
open it,
had a soccer tournament,
Rally it in together.
and this was the first just father-daughter one, just
Hello.
me and Piper.
Okay.
What, you guys had to play?
No, I
Oh.
just had to go. Usually we all go as a family.
Oh, gotcha.
Tierney had a work function that she didn't want to miss, so she stayed home. So it was just me and Piper.
Mm-hmm.
The
What's
team,
Parker doing?
she stayed home,
Mm-hmm.
sitter for one night while Tierney went out for her company Christmas party.
Hello.
But the team didn't.
Eggnog spiked.
Yeah, the team didn't fare so well.
Uh,
0-3.
They lost 0-3.
you weren't cheering hard enough?
That was my fault. Yeah, they went 0-3, lost 3 times.
Oh, lost 3 times.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
That's what 0-3 means.
Probably could
Bad beat.
probably could have gone 2-1. So they lost a couple teams, but again, they're
How
going,
many had adults on their team that were 12-year-olds?
well, this one was actually their age group,
Nice.
but there was one team that you could tell they play all year round. Like this
Yeah.
is what they do.
Chemistry.
But where it got, and it was fun for the most part, but towards the end, I could see it was just starting to wear. And when we had a game on Sunday at noon and it was done, and we were leaving, it was actually at Akron University was the last game. We're going up the stairs and it was cold out, and I told her to put her jacket on, and she just throws her book bag down the ground. I'm like, what is up? And she's like, nothing. And then she puts her coat on, and I say something to her, and I was like, well, what's your problem? And she goes, the problem is you won't leave me alone. And I'm like, whoa.
Yowzas.
Get in the car.
Who said
and-
that to you?
Piper.
Nice. Dude, she's literally like 18 or 20 in her brain. Like,
Yeah.
she's an adult.
And I was pissed at this point, and she was mad. And it took like 20 minutes in the car ride of just like silence, because I was like, listen, you get no iPad. You're doing nothing. Like, you're just sitting here now. Because she wouldn't talk to me. And finally she came back and she was just like, we just lost every game. And it sucks. I'm like, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And I told her at the beginning of the trip, I was like, listen, it's just me and you. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's like, I want this to be just an open weekend. You can tell me anything you're feeling. If you're scared, nervous, happy, whatever.
I'm going to be the next Mia fucking Hamm.
Well, and I was just like, well, do you think you guys are going to get better? And she's just like, no. And
whoa.
but then we had the conversation where it was just like, well, you're not the best player anymore. Like, your competition is only going to get better. You're in a sport now with people that do this all year round. Like, you have to practice. And I think it was starting to kick in, but it was just one of those where she got so shitty about the outcomes. And like, I remember getting upset, like, as an athlete, like, I
Yeah.
get it, but I never played like travel sports or anything like that. And just the way that it affected her for like an hour after that match. And I'm just like, this is going to suck. because you're gonna lose. Like that's just how it happens, especially with this team from time to time.
What is she doing? She go home, she hit the cones? I doubt it.
Well, that's what I told her. I said, hey, you got a choice to make. Do you want to be better for your team? Because you're not just gonna practice once a week and hope that this gets better. You
Yeah.
got to do something.
Here's the thing. I kind of respect Piper because I bet her teammates are just fucking dead weight.
Well, I'm saying,
Exactly.
but no.
Crushed it.
Well, on this one, there's eight players.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably 5 of them that are pretty good.
Ballers.
Yeah,
And Piper's one of them.
she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again,
Out of 8, 5 of them are ballers. So I wouldn't call her teammates dead weight.
But if she's the best baller,
right. But if she's getting worked by other kids, she's not the best.
Other
and
teams.
Yes.
who have other different chemistries, so her team, if they were elevated to her level,
Are
Piper's
practicing
level,
more than once a week and probably practicing on their own.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
you can't
probably.
beat God-given talent, man. I mean, LeBron James wakes up, he pisses excellence just like you. I'm sure you're at the same table.
no,
I
that's
mean,
actually my argument against that is that you can beat God-given talent if you work hard.
Hard work beats talent when talent
doesn't
doesn't
work hard. However,
Boom.
Piper, exception to the rule, she's the GOAT. She just needs better
She's
teammates.
not the GOAT if she's not practicing only once a week.
You don't get it.
She needs to go home and practice
Yeah.
more. And then guess what? Maybe she'll elevate her team.
I lost there.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah, no, and it just got to the point where I told her, I was just like, because she was the next day, literally, I was like, hey, we need to start doing footwork drills because I was off on Monday, and she's playing with Parker, and then she's like throwing a little wiffle ball against the house, and I was like, hey, footwork drills, and she was just like, nothing. And then later on that night, as we were going to one of our practices, I said, hey, today's a perfect example. I asked you 3 different times footwork drills, and she was like, well, you didn't make me, Dad. And I'm like, I'm not ever going to make you. I said,
Not
that's
ever
the
gonna.
difference between
Need the drive.
what you want and what you do.
Yeah.
I need you to want to be good. I was like, I'll help you and I'll encourage
You
you,
got to want to do the
but I
dishes.
can't
Yeah.
make you
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was some growing pains. I mean, I think overall it was good, but in the moment I was really mad and I'm just like, you got to talk to me, kiddo. And
I just-
she's-
You won't leave me alone.
I just realized what you said because I forgot we have some fucking cliche, stupid ass poster that basically emulates the same thing where it's like, it's one of those like motivational things where it's like, what's a great leader do once he reaches the top?
he keeps climbing.
Reaches back down and helps the others.
Nailed it.
The Rock.
Fucking stupid, dude. Shut up. Go take, I don't know.
That's what you're supposed to do, though.
I get it, but like,
Especially for the guy that says it's easy to be a great boss.
it is. Super easy. I have so many great, never mind. Anyways, Dutt, what's your worst? Let's get done. Let's get done with the low
Man,
vibes.
dang, God. It's a solid worst, I guess. Got bad days, got a bad weekend. I
What'd
had a
you
bad
have?
beat at the casino. That's all that was.
This guy lives a great life.
It's not bad, man.
Your theory or your algorithm hasn't paid off lately, has it?
I got up and then, like an idiot, we went back.
Got knocked down again?
Nah, we went back and lost it. Tried to double down. It didn't work out, but it's all right. We're still up in totality.
I need to, tomorrow we could try it.
We can.
I want to try it really bad. I'm really good at casinos.
Well, I think
Buddy,
you're preferring
honestly, I don't
just-
want you there because you're going to mush my bets.
Well, and also they probably won't let
I'm
me
going
in.
to
with
put you in
the
a
staff.
bathroom.
They
I'm going
won't,
to put you in a bathroom,
no, they won't let me in.
Well, first of all, anybody that says I'm really good at casinos
Yeah.
is really bad.
obviously.
Like,
As soon as I know the rules, I'm boom. Say
They have
less.
blackjack, so you can test your theory on blackjack while
Exactly.
I'm out for
Oh.
roulette.
I've been taught. I'm good.
All right.
Yes, trust me, really good.
I'll find out.
How much did you lose? Or are you even? Or are you still up?
I
you
got
said in
up. I got
totality.
up for the day, and then
Nice.
I just lost that. So I was even on the day. So it wasn't a loss.
Do
But what I won and got up to, we went back, and then I lost that.
Isn't it weird how the days where you go way up and then you come back down to even, those days almost hurt more than just straight up losing.
Yeah,
It's weird. I don't know if it's
because I was like, you
A
should have just
degenerate
walked
thing.
away.
yeah, like it's
Now I'm like, and it was like right when the casino closed. So it was like last spin I lost, and
Last
there's no
call.
way I could come up. So I was just
Worse.
like, that sucks.
when in totality, though, anytime that you leave any casino, whether it's local, you got to drive, Vegas, I don't care how extravagant.
Yeah.
If you leave even, it's a win.
Yeah.
no.
It absolutely is. The majority
Like
of the
mentally,
time.
it's a loss.
Yeah.
But obviously, monetary, it's a win because we're not in the red.
And mentally, I'm there to fucking rake the fucking.
Of course you are, but that's
Yeah.
why there's casinos, and that's why there's people that give their money to these buildings.
Correct.
Because they're not going to win. So anytime that you
Well,
can
with that
win,
mentality, I don't want you around.
no,
Nobody wants you around.
I'm
Dirk.
arguing the opposite, where it's like, hey, if you just don't lose money,
Yeah.
it's a win.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
you're
but
like, oh no, if I don't win, it's a
No, 'cause
loss.
I mean, respectfully, nobody wants to play that pussy shit. I don't
But
want
then
that
I just
around
like
me. I
wasted
wanna,
my time
Yeah,
hanging
like,
out with these freaking low life. I'm
it's-
just kidding. I love the casino.
I could play it into like other nerdiness aspects of my life. You can probably guess. It drives me insane when people play scared. You should want to play to win.
okay,
Don't play to survive.
those are
Don't-
different things.
Not really, because
Sure
we're
it
talking
is.
about the same thing.
Okay.
We're playing. You want to play to make sure that no matter what, you break even.
No, I never said
play
that.
to fucking win.
Okay, so I'm at the casino.
He's just saying he's playing to win, but he's also not playing to lose.
Okay, the
like
casino's
you
up.
go even.
I need you to pick.
That's a win.
Those
Okay,
are
so
two
in
different
his scenario, casino's getting ready to close.
Yep.
I'm on a heater. I'm up $1,500 on the day.
That's right.
One last spin. I'm like, all right, all on red, and it fucking misses.
I'm with you.
Did I not try to win?
Yeah.
Okay, but I lost and I'm even.
Yeah.
I did not lose any money. So in the grand scheme of things, that still is a win.
Yeah.
It feels like a massive loss because of how it ended.
We wouldn't be good casino partners.
Oh God.
I'm calling it now. I'm just saying.
The
Like,
guy who doesn't go to casinos is good at casinos.
I'm just.
Yeah. I can't
Okay.
wait.
Well, we accomplished.
Let's see what
getting
you do tomorrow.
Yeah, the
Let's see what
PVOs
you do
are,
tomorrow.
are very low.
Sure.
Hostile.
Let's
Hostile.
bring him up.
Hostile vibes. Okay, my best.
My best.
It's a phrase that I'm gonna coin it. Maybe I'm gonna trademark it. I don't know.
This needs to
Okay.
be good then.
Yep, we're going frugal with the funds.
That's the opposite of winning at the casino. That's the opposite of going all in.
I want an
yeah, so-
apology right now.
Yeah, so well then maybe that because that doesn't play well after the casino
Golly.
talk. That's a horrible transition. That's bad on my part. But no,
Jesus.
I've made it a mission.
This is why we get paid to do this, people.
Yeah, we're going frugal with the funds 2023. Mark it
Content.
down. Trav Dad is frugal, Mr. Frugalment. Like I want to make sure that I go into this house, knock on wood, because again, it's still not set in stone, which I feel like is a really weird thing with houses where like at the very end they say they run your credit again or they do whatever. It's like one last check and you could fail it
yeah.
and then you just don't get it. And I'm like, that's fucking stupid.
Don't buy a car while you're trying to buy a house.
I have a truck. It's paid off. It's awesome. It's gonna last forever. So, but yeah, I think it's just time to be smart. And shout out to Zach Titman and Russ. We were playing.
Westbrook?
No, Coonan. We were playing games one night. Good old Xbox party chat. It's just fun stuff. But we talked about how it's so funny where people talk about like, oh, I really need to get this, and it's like I don't know if I can. Take one weekend off from just sheer debauchery, and you can probably afford it and then some. But somehow it just does not compute with us at all. Like when I stay in and I don't spend money, I'm just upset and I still feel like I lost, even though I saved all my money.
I tell you what, but in the last 5 minutes, I think you've contradicted yourself
Yeah,
five
a million
different times.
I know, but that's just me. I got to be real. I got to talk. So, but what I'm saying
He'll
is,
land it. He'll land it.
yeah, but what
Keep
I'm saying
going.
to land it, what I'm saying is, it really is funny how if you just log into your fucking Chase Bank app, I don't want to say every day, but pretty consistently, you start to find stuff and you realize you're paying for stamps for $17.99 and it's been a membership for like 6 months and you have no idea why.
Why are you? I was going to ask you. Why are you a
Stamps.com.
Stamps.com membership?
I send stuff.
What
bud.
was that? What did that even do? What did you do with that?
E-commerce, baby.
I had to, so when I sold my camera, I had to ship it. And it was through Amazon's whole thing when you're like a seller. They help you out, which is nice. And they kind of throw you a softball and they're like, hey, free trial stamps.com. We'll basically take care of everything. So that way it's like you still make the most profit. Bet. I pulled the boomer thing and just let that subscription ride. And I think I've been paying for it for easily 6 months.
Love it.
Pissed.
I
Love it.
actually, when people say that for a boomer thing,
Yeah.
I think it's actually the opposite. Because I think most boomers are pretty cognizant of where their money is.
Yeah,
To where younger
100%.
people are like, whatever.
They're cognizant of their money.
They
but,
balance their checkbook. bud.
But when it comes time to purchase things, you could tell them any amount, and they're just like, well, if you say that's what I got to do to buy a boat, I'll just do it. And it's like, This is a little fucking...
Yeah, but then every time that money comes out, they're like, I know exactly what that is. That's for the boat.
Yeah, and I scammed you because a little fucking dinghy behind what's those tugboats, and it's like I charged you $50,000.
But you've been paying for stamps for 7 months and you haven't shipped out a fucking envelope
But the
yet.
thing,
I
but the
know,
boomer
it's just-
thing
that's
was
a
they
fact.
don't know where the money goes. I just told you they know where the money goes.
Yeah.
The boomer thing is them just getting scammed. If
Ah.
you're saying you got scammed by stamps.com,
I see
then
what you're
yeah,
saying.
that's the
Yeah,
boomer thing.
I get what you're saying.
There you
There
go.
it
See,
is.
now I get it. But yeah, so it just sucks. I mean, I'm $17.99 down the drain.
Multiple
For the
weeks.
past 6 months.
6 months, do the math. 6 times 2, almost 2 is 180, 120.
Good Lord.
So minus 2 times 6, which is 12.
I think it's been over 6
What
months,
is
dude.
going on right
You have not had that.
No, it's 108. I just did it in my head. Watch this.
You've not had that camera for more than 6 months, bud.
107. I just did my ass nuts. 107.94. No, I sold it. Sold.
I know, and I think you sold that camera almost a year ago.
Yeah, 2022. I mean, we
You
just
just said 6 months.
well, we just broke a new year. Not that hard to go back a year.
That's not how that works.
17 days. We're back a year.
Well, you just said, oh, $107.
No,
You
we're
doubled that.
Yo.
Literally, you're in the whole double that.
Nah, I don't know. It's canceled.
And
Thanks
Now
for
it's
the-
canceled,
thanks for
baby.
the help.
All
Maybe-
right.
Maybe that should have been my worst.
yeah, because he called me at work and he's like, what are you doing? Are you
Oh.
busy? And I'm like, no. He goes, go to the computer, log in. All right. Go to stamps.com. Okay. Log in. Travi Janky, password, blah, 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 blah. That's why I said I wasn't going to do that.
Not my stamps.
And I'm like, but you have like a $4,000 gaming computer. I was like, why do you need me to do this from a desktop?
Can't hide money.
And,
No.
and
Oh,
he
go
was
ahead.
like, oh, it didn't work.
No, because
I need more than that.
my internet goes out all the time. We've talked about it a million times. And for whatever reason, there's something happening now, and maybe this is the becoming the boomer in me. If you do something on a desktop like internet browser, it is 100% a better experience than a phone browser now. I don't know what it is or what's happening, what these programmers, these IT guys are doing. But if you're ever doing something, people, do it on a computer.
Yes, everybody knows that.
'Cause, like,
Everybody knows
right.
that.
And like if the roles were
Do
reversed, I get it. I don't own a computer. I don't have a laptop. Like I have some tablets. Like
Yeah.
that phone call should have been me to him. Hey,
Yeah.
log in and do this. He's just at home and is like, hey man, can you go to the computer? And I'm like, yeah,
Laptop
why?
right there.
Well, because
This fucking mammoth thing that's cracking the Pentagon over here.
well, and the internet was out, but sometimes I think I just like space out where I'm like, this is just a pod machine, and that's just a gaming machine, and my other one's just the fucking. All right, you're kind of bored. All right, beat the crotch machine.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's there.
First world problems.
It's old.
My best.
Yeah,
Guy got 3 different computers that function all the same, but in his mind they're for 3 different things.
yeah.
Calls this guy. Hey,
I
do this
love
for
it.
me.
Everybody's
That's
gotta
my
have
pod computer. That's my gaming computer. That's my
crotch
bread
computer.
tube computer.
a crotch computer. Yeah, that's my best, man. Going frugal with the funds.
There you go. Coin it.
Coin it. TM.
FWTF.
There you go.
Frugal with the funds.
So my
So
best.
you don't want to come out this
I
weekend?
was driving home from Akron Sunday.
Ohio, great state.
Again, just not a great drive as
Uh-huh.
it
Step it.
started. Got a little better.
Yep.
And when I drive too, I'm not a huge let's pull over for anything. Like it needs to almost be an emergency.
Has to be snacks or piss.
Correct. And when my 10-year-old is just chilling in the back, I'm like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
And then I was about 70 miles from home on 30, and I have to pee. And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do it. I'm like, I can make it. See, I have the cruise set at 70. I have it set at 77. We're just hauling along.
You'll be home in 62 minutes.
Right. And I just do the math, gets going, 60 changes. I was like, okay, I have to at this point. And I'm listening to the football game on my phone because it's not on ESPN Radio or Fox Sports 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Pull off to a little gas station, pee. Like it was as close to an off ramp as you could be. I think I don't know if it was in Van Wert, but it was pretty close to there. But it was like I was literally off the highway and back on in probably 7 or 8 minutes, no joke.
Nice.
Get back on.
Good
set-
stream.
Like a long.
Good stream.
oh yeah, just set the cruise back on,
Okay.
going, just hauling. 45 minutes later, pass a cop, and all of a sudden he is in the median and then just turns and follows me. And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, I think it went to 60. And I'm like, I'm going 17 over.
So you get a $500 ticket. Big whoop.
$500.
Hey man, we're frugal with
Mr.
the funds.
Frugal with the funds.
We're frugal
You're
with the
not.
funds.
I am.
I am. And then so I was like, and then he does the thing like where he just starts following me. And so now I'm going back down to like 65. I'm following another car in the right lane. He follows me for probably 3 or 4 miles. And I'm like, am I really going to get out of this? Like, is he just going to be like, okay, this is the intimidation thing.
Yeah.
Just start slowing down.
Right.
Finally, he puts the lights on. I'm like, all right, I get it. Pull off into the side. And Piper's like, Dad, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I just got pulled over for
Getting
speeding,
arrested.
kiddo."
I'm going to jail.
And she was like, Dad. She said just like that.
Hard time.
And I'm like, okay, I get it. Come out. I already have like the license and registration ready. Do the thing. Roll the window down. He was like, hey, I pulled you over for speeding. Like, do you know how fast you're going? I said, actually, I do. I had the cruise set at 77. I said, I thought it was 70 when I had it set. I stopped at a gas station and pulled off. I was like, I thought it was. And he goes, well, it actually changed to 60 like a while ago. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. And he was like, all right, license and registration. Gives it to him. Goes back in. He was in his car for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Comes back. I'm just going to give you a verbal warning today. Just slow down for me, okay? And I was just like, absolutely.
You fucking got it,
I
dude.
didn't even have to dump him.
Yeah.
Sick.
And I mean, obviously, for those of you listening in other parts of the
Don't
country that
condone
don't know,
speeding.
I was like 3 miles away from 469. So I was like 10, 15 minutes away from my house.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, if I would have got a ticket, it would have fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Full tilt.
Dude,
But-
I got a seatbelt ticket. Like when I was living at my parents' house by Dwenger,
Yeah.
I got it right turning from Lima onto Washington Center.
Oh.
So by the time he got me, I think I had to pull over into that BP on the corner of Coldwater. So like 1 block away from my house.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was the sheriff, and he gave me the fucking line after he saw my impeccable driving record.
Yeah.
Haven't had a ticket. I had 1 ticket as soon as I got my license, and I never got a ticket after that.
Yeah.
Never got in an accident, anything. He looks at it and he goes, yeah, man, since I'm not state police, like I'm the sheriff, we can't pull you over and not give you a ticket. I already had it written up. And I was just like, cool, whatever,
What?
dude. It doesn't fucking make sense. It was just
Yeah.
a seatbelt ticket anyway, so
Yeah.
like it wasn't anything.
$25.
But I was like, this fucking fuckhead.
Yeah.
He saw my address, looked, and was just like,
I got to give you something.
sorry,
Sorry.
bud. You got to get it. And I was like, this fucking guy.
Well, so speaking of impeccable driving records, I guess while we're on that course, we're talking about the what do you want to say? The proximity to being home, to almost making it. The old Dewey for me.
Ooh.
Lived in an apartment complex basically across the street from Pierre's. Like it was maybe quarter mile.
You live
Pat.
off Redbird?
Well, like across the street from Canterbury, to give you perspective.
Oh, St. Joe place?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got pulled over at that Taco Bell, like McDonald's, like before you turn.
Well, you also hit somebody.
Well,
You ran over a person.
And I didn't run them over. I was parked
You
in a
hit
parking
them
lot,
with
and
your
I
car.
backed up very slowly, and I binked them, and they fell over.
Speaking of impeccable driving records, remember that time I murdered somebody
No,
and ran from the scene?
the thing that just sucked about it all was I backed into her, binked her. She fucking topples over. Like, my bad. I'm fucking freaking out because the whole night in itself was just wild, which is
I love that you couldn't find the exit.
couldn't find the exit, doing fucking donuts in the parking lot. Everybody's freaking out. And then all of a sudden you just hear my buddy in the backseat goes, we're going to get hit with beer bottles in 3, 2, 1. Fum, 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 fum. Just get lit up with beer bottles. Finally make it out. They're screaming. I have 2 of my buddies with me, and they're just like, this isn't Grand Theft Auto, Travis. Fucking dodge into a neighborhood, dude. We got to hide. And I'm like, no, we're good. Take all the main roads all the way home. Make it. I mean, the download is 98% complete at this point, and then we get pulled over. That's
what
a bad.
happens.
It's a bad beat.
Buddy, you shouldn't have cut through Pierre's where all the cops are.
No, I didn't cut through. I mean, main road right there, and then left, and then I would have turned right.
I sort of walked.
They had to because they were insanely intoxicated.
I'm saying
they couldn't drive my car.
just period.
I
live that
would
close-
have ducked off into a neighborhood and walked
Oh no! Like we were far away. That's what I'm saying. That's
That's
what,
a mile and a half.
but that's what I'm saying. That's what made it crazy. Is we drove we basically went from one side of town to the other, made it just fine, and then we get right there.
Where all the
Regardless of it,
where all the
driving.
cops hang out.
We don't condone any of these things.
No.
Yeah.
There's consequences.
I haven't
people.
done that in
Impeccable
since.
record.
Yes.
Remember that time I got a DUI?
I mean,
Classic.
honestly, I think that was the only reason why I
Classic.
got the warning. I got pulled over a few years ago. It was on Maple Crest where the little like bend is before you go to like River Bend,
Yeah.
where it's like 30, but nobody ever goes 30. I got pulled over for going 39, and he let me off. But again, it was like years ago. So,
Well,
but again, even like today going to school, Piper was like, "Dad, don't go so fast." I'm
Classic.
like,
don't
God.
start that. But no, the
I
thing
love that.
the thing
I
I wish
respected it. I was like, "You're
I-
the best."
where I wish we were all I wish we were all truckers in a sense, so we had like CBs in the fucking candy cane.
Right.
Like I think that would be awesome because when
Why can't you just have them in cars?
well no, yeah, exactly, because when a cop does a Yui like that and everybody just immediately slows down like almost to the point where they're under the speed limit, I wish everybody again had CBs and he could be like, "Yeah, we already got you. Just would you quit fucking around? Just pull
Yeah.
over." Like I would rather that than again the tail me for 4 miles to be like, "Am I good? Am I
Or
not
just hit
good?"
the NOS.
Yeah, well,
Shut the knob.
Come get me.
don't touch this red button. Don't touch the red.
So I got off. That was my best.
Hell yeah, dude. Getting off ticket.
I
Guys getting off.
was like, see, you gotta get it. Come on.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't even mean that joke, but that's good.
I said it first.
Yeah.
What?
I said I got off.
Oh, well, I didn't think it was funny.
Good God.
Because you didn't know it was because you didn't get the joke yet.
That's good. That's wholesome. Okay, no. So,
Cheese soup, man.
next. So this is going to be the new reformatted, the retooled what?
I'm just saying some people still want to say their best.
How do I do this every time? I
Wow. Okay. Fuck my week.
What? Well, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
since my worst wasn't worse, my best can't be that great.
what's your best? Tell me your best. I want to hear all about it.
Yeah. So found out I won the draft, obviously. Duh.
Gee, had to really think about that
Sick
one, did you?
tie. Well, I won the last week. Not like I won it in totality,
Oh,
but I won last week. Thank you, Offspringers, again.
The
We
o-
just had to make sure Travis didn't win.
The irony was, shout out Mike O, shout out Montana. He goes, "Buddy, what are you doing with fucking babies over here?" He goes, "Dutt's just got a flow." He goes, "All of his picks, they just make sense. You put them together, it's just awesome." And I'm like, I can't win even when I try to win. Like it's just I don't get it. Dutt,
love that.
Dutt tries to not even be a part of the draft, and it's still somehow it's like, I think he's got it. I think he's good. Yeah.
Beer, bros, boats, dude.
The boats pick is so random, and it's still just like, I guess boats. Yeah. Like, fuck, dude. I was. Anyways.
Babies. Classic. Mm.
So, but I was thinking about it. What if I would have picked blowjobs?
Yeah, you probably would have won, dude. Butts and blowies. Hello. Hello.
Blowies out the butt?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know what that would look like.
I don't know either, but I like it. Blowies, butts, butt chugs. Nailed it.
Yeah.
No, but
Go ahead.
speaking of babies, shout out Barber Brethren, Josh, Asia.
Oh, yeah.
Found out they're having a baby girl. So we did a little gender reveal thing
Girl dad.
Sunday.
Hate that.
Yeah.
No.
He said, I would been saying it to him ever since he told me he was pregnant. I was like, dude, you're such a girl. Like, you couldn't be more of a girl dad.
Classic.
Like,
It's
you
a
just
thing.
fit
It's
the
a
girl
thing.
dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, it's going to be a boy. And then, like, last week, he said he had a dream. And he just goes, dude, doctor handed me the envelope. It was pink. I said, confirmed, bro.
Yeah.
Cut that cake. It was pink.
Pink.
Couldn't have been more correct.
And am I wrong in saying, again, he proves the theory of dreams are the future?
No.
Yeah,
we-
it's premonition, dude.
Yeah, we time travel all the time, dude. It's wild.
I don't know if it's time travel.
When was the
but-
last time you had a dream about, I don't know, maybe a dragon or something that was just like, oh, okay.
You're taking it on a tangent that it doesn't need to be had.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying
You're going
is,
to say one random detail decided to come true and now all of a sudden every dream I have?
bitch, I've had a dream, and then I literally have woken up, and like this has been weeks or months later, and I'm like, this has already happened. Like this was
Deja
my
vu,
dream.
dude.
Yeah,
It's
great
deja
movie.
vu.
Shout out Denzel Washington. But you get what I'm saying? Like we
Well,
dream.
it already happened. So like you daydream about things that are going to happen in the future. So if they then happen, are you like, I'm a fucking psychic?
no, because it's like I can.
That's all a dream is.
You're such
Bing,
an
bang,
idiot,
boom.
dude. No, there's daydreaming. Is like, I really hope I get an A on this test. I studied, got an A.
That's not what a daydream is. A daydream literally is when you're like subconsciously just drowning out and all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm in the NBA finals.
That's a lucid dream.
I made this free throw or win. And then it happens. I'm like, oh, I knew it. I daydreamed.
What? I don't think you're saying the right stuff.
No, I am.
I don't think you are.
I'm confused also, but
See,
that
and
was my
when he-
bad. That was my bad.
When he's confused, that's when I know it's real.
What do you guys think daydreaming is? Do you guys believe dreams are, what's Doctor Strange say?
Reality.
They're just your visions in a different reality?
So what do you think a daydream is?
When I daydream, it's like when I randomly like look out my window and all of a sudden I just space out and I don't think about anything, or I think about everything all at once and like,
Well, those two things are the opposites.
shut the fuck up. I'm describing
but they
my
also
daydream.
enclose everything. and
Yeah,
yet
but that's
nothing.
my point. That's a daydream. I'm dozing off. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. I'm dreaming by the day.
But yet, if your eyes are closed, that's a real dream, and that I have to take serious. But if you're daydreaming and you're dozing off to where you don't even know what you're thinking about, that's irrelevant.
Different pod, different day. Put it on for next week.
It's almost
Let's
too
get it.
It's almost too easy at this
Well,
point.
Yeah.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. Like, I go to bed. I then have said dream. Sorry, I don't write them the fuck down. I'll start doing it.
You don't have
That-
a dream journal?
No. Then
I
that,
feel like you seem like you'd have a dream journal.
which would be sick.
Do you journal before you go to bed?
No.
You should.
I should. The thing
You
that
do.
No. The thing that you have to do, and this is to anybody out there, the second you think about something that in your mind you go, wow, I can't forget that. And then you do the thing instantly after and you go, don't worry, I'll remember it. Write that down.
Yeah.
Every time. Put it in your notes, put it on a piece of paper, something. You will forget it in 37 seconds and it will never come back to you. It's the craziest thing ever.
Van Wilder's dad said it best.
Dreams.
Write that down.
Write that down.
Write that down. But
Wait, Van's still in college? I
So-
love he's paying just millions and millions, and then they're like, "Oh, your son's tuition, $25,000."
What?
Van's still in college?
let him party. Okay, so the new, now thank you for your best.
Yeah, you're welcome.
PVOs, they're high.
We're back, baby. We could be more fucking back.
Yeah, we're super stoned. So this is here's the
Story
thing.
of a girl.
Here's this is
The story of a girl.
Here's the things of the week.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. We all brought some to the table. Each week we're going to try to bring 2 per person, at least 1 per person. For the first week I have 3.
Shocker.
I only have one, so you can have it. You can have my other one.
But that's what I'm
Big
saying.
bro.
But I want to go around the table. Like we'll do one
Yeah.
at a time, you know what I mean? So it'll be more fun. Funner. I don't know which one works better there. But first one. Folding paper 42 times will reach the moon.
That's just stupid.
I said, aren't we way past the days? Because somebody made a bit about this, and it was actually pretty funny and spot on, of speaking about these outlandish facts, and people just take them as gospel.
Yeah.
Like, we have the internet. Like, there's no way you can fold a piece of paper, because it's not physically possible, so I get that whole dynamic of it. But when you fold it 4 to 6 times, it's yay big. We're not getting to the fucking moon.
Right.
I mean,
well,
mathematically, you could figure it out.
Well, like when you were explaining it to me at
you're
work,
not arguing me.
No, I'm just
I
saying
didn't
mathematically
understand
you
what
could
you're
figure it
saying. So
out.
somebody out there is saying if I fold a piece of paper 42 times in a row.
We touch the moon.
Okay.
Not only do we touch the sky, we touch the moon.
So by definition, when I'm folding something, I'm making it smaller. Right?
No,
No,
so it's
'cause
saying
you're
the
adding-
girth of it. So
yeah.
it's saying the girth of it. So it's basically the $10 to 10K challenge. You take the 10, you double it, you double it, you double it.
Yeah.
In 10 days, it's 10,000. They're saying the width of this paper right here, this sheet of this
The
paper,
girth.
every time I fold it, it doubles. So if you do it 47 times, 42 times, you get to the moon.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Exactly.
Why? I'm not a big comment guy. Like on social media, I usually
Yeah.
just go through the reels and the
Yeah.
posts. Like I don't dive into the stupidity of social media
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a lurker.
because of that.
Like you'd have to
Like that
figure
person
out.
should be crucified.
Like
for
you'd
how
have to figure out the
stupid
width of that
is.
piece of paper, like
Yeah.
a standard piece of paper. I'm going college ruled, whatever.
Sure.
And then I just have
Yellow?
to figure out how deep that is, and then you just double it. And if you do it 42 times,
Yeah.
apparently it's
It's like how thick,
200,000 fucking miles. How far is the moon? I don't
how
know.
thick is a piece of paper? Times it by 2. Now times it by 3. Now times it by 4. Like, what are we doing?
Well, that's not what we're doing.
I think it is.
No,
Squaring it.
there it is.
Yeah. Either way. You do the math, and it's like, we ain't at the fucking moon, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
We're not
Isn't
even-
it like I love you to the moon and back is like how many like amount of blood that we have like in our body? It'll take us to the moon.
See, and that's the shit I could maybe... No.
It's something like that, man.
We don't have that much blood.
Like, I don't know what it is, but it's something.
I don't even know.
I thought I read that or heard that or something.
Snapple
That
fact.
it's something like about us, and it's like I love you to the moon and back means like
Okay.
something about our blood or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but either way, it's like I mean, one, I'm already starting to lean the other way. I obviously with a lot of stuff, it's depending on the facts, the information. I don't even think we've been to the moon. Like,
that's a huge conspiracy.
I'm starting to lean that like conspiracy theories would be a fun episode to do and like do some research on key ones, but like they were talking about how there's some where the videos like, and again, they're on the same moon and they're moving differently, and it's like, well, the atmosphere is the same just like it is here on Earth, so why are these people like functioning this way and these people are functioning a completely different way? Make it make sense.
Because there's Transformers up there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where's Optimus?
Dark side of the moon, dude.
It is what it is. But yeah, anyways, that's my first one. It's just like, I don't understand. Every time people are like, you hear this crazy thing, and it's like you fold a piece of paper, and it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, we're not getting to the moon. Like, because if that was the case, we have how many sheets of paper come in that thing right there, pad in front of you? What, 100?
Yeah.
We have 100 journeys to the moon right there in front of us. Why do we need a spaceship?
Let's do it.
Why do we need Elon? We don't need anybody.
We'll
We don't
just
fold this paper,
fold it.
and then we just climb it and just stand on it. We're at the moon.
Makes sense.
I mean,
Yeah.
not climbing paper, but let's be honest.
You're not folding it either. That's not. Like, it's just stupid. It drives me nuts. Anyways,
I mean, again, I don't know how reliable this is. I just did a quick search.
Wikipedia.
Nice.
Yes, it says with 5 billion Oreo cookies, you could stack them high enough to reach the moon at least 5 times. So that's simple math. That's divided by
1
5.
billion.
It would take about 1 billion Oreos. They're actually thicker than paper. So 42 and 1 billion are not that close together.
But it's exponentially you're increasing. It's like if I was to have like a grain of rice and you go for every square on the checkerboard, by the time you get to the end, you solve world hunger. You know what I mean? Because you're just doubling every time. So eventually you're going to get to freaking
Nope.
Yeah, you're
5,000 to 10,000 to 20,000 to 40 to 80 to 160 to 320, and then it just starts.
So you're basically taking the width of a piece of paper and you're exponentially doubling it 42 times.
Yep.
false.
Well, you know, now I may have to give him a little more credit.
42 to 1 billion Oreos? No.
So if you just like Googled the width of a paper and then just mathematically put it to exponent 42, it should.
But
give
no,
you
like
the
this was a perfect
distance.
example. Like I was on Instagram today and I saw this reel and it was funny because it said there's a little American girl and a little Chinese girl and they were doing like math fractions on the board, and it was the same board, and the little Chinese girl just did like a weird way to do it, and she did it like 7 seconds faster than the little U.S. girl. This isn't political, people, so relax. And I was like, oh,
Got it.
okay. So naturally, I was just like, I'm going to try it. And I just put different numbers in and did the exact same formula. And I'm like, okay, I got it. And then I did a calculator. And I'm like, well, that doesn't add up. And I did it like with 4 different sets of numbers. And then, of course, I look in the comments and they're like, yeah, this doesn't work with all numbers. It takes specific numbers. And I'm like, this fucking video is just a liar.
Yeah, dude.
It's just stupid.
Dude, it's the same one where you see these crazy fucking math teachers now that explain like how to solve an equation, and you're
You
like,
gotta do new math now, dude.
yeah, you're like, you understand, right? When you just take like a 2-digit number and times it by a 1-digit number, like you go here first, and then if that one carries over, like we don't need to do this like, well, let's break it down. So technically 16 times 8 is 8 times 10, that's 80, and now let's do the 6. No, let's just go straight to 16 times 8. Like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, dude, I get hot.
Yeah, you do.
Dude, fucking pisses me off.
You don't go 80 plus 48.
128.
80 plus 48.
Yeah, to 128.
6 times 8 is 48. 8, 2, 8 times 1 is 8, 8, 2, 106. No, 6, 4,
Nailed it. 106, baby.
108. But
108.
you know what I'm saying? It's easy. Like, what are we doing here? We
What's
don't need to.
128?
No, it's not.
80 plus 48?
6 times 8 is 48. Carry
Bang.
the 4. 8 times 1 is 4. Oh, wait. 128. Well, that's what I just did. I mean, I'm doing it in my head right here on the fly.
So was I.
I got a Voodoo Ranger and a
That's
fat
why I said
tire in
80
my
plus
ass.
48.
I did it in 5 seconds.
Either way, what's your tidbit?
Okay, so here's mine. And there's a little bit of a backstory.
All right.
All that to say, here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Don't tell me a piece of paper can get me to the fucking moon.
I hear that, brother. I'm
Yeah.
on your side.
End it with that.
That
A
guy's
billion
sucks.
Oreos, though?
Double stuffed or mega stuffed?
Okay, so
Now we're talking.
I was at Target.
Thins?
Tarjay.
I was at Tarjay.
Hell yeah.
I was
Yeah.
walking in. It's busy. It's busy. And there's a
Which
guy.
one you at?
Southwest.
The front's busy or just the store in totality?
That's the best one in town.
It is. No, the front. I didn't go to the back side of the store, but there's a lot of people waiting in line for the self-checkout. They only had like 2 regular cashiers, but that's beside the point.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I understand this. You know, nobody wants to admit it, but we all stereotype. We all put people in boxes. We just hope that we don't keep them in those boxes after we learn some more information.
Judging a book by its
However, there was a gentleman there. He was probably every bit of 6'2", 235. Bigger dude.
cover. Built.
Yeah.
He had on a leash this little chihuahua.
Nice.
And I happened to look on the leash, and on its band it said,
My bitch.
support animal. And I walked by and I said, okay, weird. Go do my thing. I walked down to the end of the grocery aisle, get a kombucha, come back. He's in the exact same place, and he's just fucking staring at his phone.
Mm-hmm.
And has been on his phone the entire time.
Okay.
And I said, how much support is that dog giving you, my man?
Not a lot.
Like, what are we doing?
Well, if you're gonna
You
get
asked him that?
Oh, no, I wish I would have.
he's 6'2", 235. He's not asking him that.
No, but that's my point. Like, a support animal, your support is the phone. You haven't looked up from it the entire time.
Here's my thing.
What are you doing?
If you're gonna get a support dog, get a fucking what's the dog from Beethoven? Get that. That's a support dog. It's just
I don't know
big.
what kind of dog. What kind of dog is that?
It's big and friendly. Saint Bernard.
St. Bernard.
Saint
yeah,
Bernard.
it's got a great name too.
Yeah, like,
Everything
he
about
couldn't
it's
have picked a
supportive.
smaller dog. And I'm like, and this is probably going to piss off a lot of people. Like, I get it. That's fine. But,
Go
like,
ahead, be polarizing.
what is a support animal? Like, don't take it into public if you're just going to be balls deep on your phone the entire time. Because that animal is doing nothing for you.
I go back and forth with it because it's almost like you're robbing that animal of doing somebody real good or justice.
Plus,
It's $50. You can register your pet for pet as a support animal. It doesn't have to be
I hate
like it's not
that.
a seeing eye dog.
I hate that.
You know what I mean? It's not one of those.
There needs to be training classes.
Yeah,
I need to
something.
know that dog is certified in supporting
Oh
you.
no, dude! You pay the $50, you get it on an
Because
airplane.
it's like now
Nope.
you're just an asshole
That's what
because
it's
you're
for.
basically putting a leash
What
on
is it for? That's
my
my
support
point.
horse. Bring it on the plane. Need it.
But you're basically paying, it sounds like, a fee to make sure that your dog, in most cases, don't touch it.
Bang.
Like, do you remember Jordan Peterson, our old manager at 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had this discussion one time.
Yeah.
That's the first time I almost ever said where I worked at on the pod, even though most people know.
That's okay. We're coming together.
Hello.
Some guy
Skirt's got a job.
brought in a dog, and I was like, this is ridiculous. He's like, oh, no, it's for his emotional support. And
Why
I
is
was
his voice
I was
like that?
I was like, where does it end? I was like,
Is that
could
how
he,
it sounds?
I was like, could he just have a bird on his shoulder?
Right.
Could he just bring in a family of cats?
Yes.
Well, so I don't want to like steal your thunder.
if he
I don't-
registers every single one of them, yeah.
But there was 2 people or 2 instances in the past week where people have just brought their dogs into our work establishment.
it.
Which
I
think,
hate it.
Which I love dogs, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, don't walk in here and not have the decency to be like, hey, is it cool if I have my dog in here with me? Because at this point, it's not a service dog, it's not a support dog, it's just your dog.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just weird to me.
I hope it shits.
And pisses.
Yeah.
Excellence.
But like, I get it.
ain't me.
Like, if you are so just distraught that you need this, but like, my thing is, you would be looking at it, you would be like, okay, let's go down here. Like, he literally, that thing could have just walked away from him.
Wouldn't have cared.
And he's just like this on his phone, and I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah. Like
This is ridiculous.
Like I almost think the essence of a support animal is like you almost lock eyes with it, and it's like if something bad is happening or like you're really high up with like a smaller child or something, you tell them like just look at me, just stay focused on me.
Yeah.
Like we'll get through this.
I could have taken the dog, he wouldn't have known.
Exactly, and that's where it's like that should be its purpose is like you keep me grounded to the sense where I can accomplish my mission, Tarjay, and not freak out or something.
Yeah, so in the spirit
What
of this,
does dog do to you? What does guy do to you?
stood there on his phone when he had a support animal.
Dude, we got a whole thing about phones. I got it ready. Don't worry.
And so, here's the,
Not this week though.
so in the spirit of this exercise, here's the thing: don't have a support
Here's
animal.
the thing. Don't
Here's
have a support animal. I agree with you. Don't have a support animal if you don't need it.
Here's the thing: if you need support, call one. But if you don't,
He's on his phone. He's probably texting.
Speaking
it.
of that-
he was probably texting
Yeah.
his support.
This is the opposite end of that because I think this is fantastic.
here's
Ooh.
the thing.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Are you going twice?
I am.
Pulling a
Nice.
Travis, classic. Pulling a Trevor.
So what happens for said guy there that's at Target?
Yeah.
I create
Nothing.
some sort of website, agency, whatever. He gets to go online
MI6.
and he gets to basically pick a friend. So this isn't an escort service. This isn't anything sexual.
Support friend.
It is. It's just
Yeah.
a support friend. You
Yeah.
tell them what you're interested in doing. If I'm on this website, you know my profile of what I like to talk about, what I'm going to give to you. And it's like, hey, I can't go out in public. I just have to go to Target and get some groceries, but I want someone to go with me. I go to this website. All right, Justin, meet me here, 10 o'clock, Target, Southwest. Boom. You're there for 2 hours with me, and then you go home.
You just described like Facebook, Tinder, and Craigslist.
That's what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
but there's no.
I also think that is a thing.
Tinder,
Is it?
I
It
think.
should be. Or it's like, hey, I got to drive 2 hours to IKEA.
But I don't think it's like for like.
I'm going to have a panic attack.
Yeah.
But you know, at the end of the day, there's nothing sexual going into it. There's no
I mean, that's
strings
what-
attached. It's just,
No.
I just need a body with me that I can bounce some ideas off. I could just talk to if I need to. Just get me through my day.
It's like Boys and Girls Club, but for adults.
You're just renting
Is
a
what it
friend.
sounds-
That
is
was
what it
kind of
sounds like.
that was the essence of Tinder, and then shocker, like anything else, we just get horny as
No, that was not
humans.
the essence of
That was
Tinder.
not the essence
At
of
the
Tinder.
end of the day, Tinder was made for what it is today.
No, Tinder was made for when you move somewhere foreign, you have no friends, you match with people that are like you, and then you can build upon that. That's
Okay.
literally the essence of Tinder. What it became was something completely different because, again, we're horny. Primal instincts.
No,
Another episode.
it was always made for that.
It was not. That's what I'm saying, dude.
What it
Fucking-
became was a matchmaker, baby.
Yeah,
Shut
just
up, baby.
Google it, you idiot. You got the internet.
But what I'm saying is like, why is there not something like that where,
Let's start it.
especially for adults, like and males, it's hard to just create friends.
Because here's the thing.
It's I love you, man. Let's do it.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is what you're going to run into. You're going to have people. So you're creating an idea that at its core has good meaning, good value. Not everybody, people find a way to tarnish it.
Well, sure.
The first way
Don't do that.
they're going to tarnish it is
Sex.
you're going to call up said person. And yet, like, I wasn't even thinking of that one first, but that's obviously right there too.
Can't happen.
No, you say it can't
It's
happen.
in the bylaws.
No, not the bylaws.
You're not allowed to date your friend.
But no, this person
MyBuddy.com.
shows up and all of a sudden they don't click, they don't get along. Your job here and your sole purpose, why you signed off on it, Uber, I picked you up. This is my sole purpose is to drive you. However, you're just a terrible person, so I'm now gonna, dethrone you from my car. Same premise. It just doesn't get. They don't get along. There's no chemistry. It doesn't work, and it is just the most cringe 2 hours of your life where you paid this person to be a support system to you.
That's why you read what they're into, what they like, what they
You
put
vet
up with,
'em.
what's
It's
their
a vet.
personality type. Because you know
That's
what?
We're
saying-
matching, baby.
Here's the
We're
thing.
matching.
Your dog-
Match.com.
Your
We're
dog's not
mind-mopping.
saying anything to you. He is just following you around.
And I love
you
that.
just need somebody there if you need them.
Dogs
I
get
can
it.
just be a body for you to walk around a department store, and if all of a sudden you're freaking out or you have a question, bounce it off me. If not, I'm just here for support.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Hey,
you're-
buddy, I need you here to support. I'm getting in a fight. Let's do this.
That's what I'm saying. Like again, but Dutt brings up a funny, easy point of like, that's what's gonna happen.
Well, how is that going to happen?
Because all I have to do is pay Dutt $50 for 2 hours and he's going to show up. He doesn't know he's showing up to a bar where I'm already 4 guys deep ready to fight.
No, he does know that because he knows what he's getting into. When you call an Uber,
Because my profile says I'm Travis and I like to take long walks on the beach. No, bitch, we're at a fucking bar.
you're telling the person where he's going. The Uber driver knows where to pick you up and where he's taking you.
You're an idiot, dude.
You don't understand this.
You just made an app that's literally like every other app out there where, again, criminals just take over and they're like, hey, how
Bing,
do I...
bang, boom.
Yeah, like, how do I find you? Cool, I know where you're at. Cool, you're by yourself. Cool, we get 2 hours together. Cool, now I can fucking skin you to death.
You have to be vetted. Yes, if somebody on this website
Gotta be
meets up
vetted.
with you,
Vetted.
if somebody on this website meets up with you and unfortunately kills you or does something unghastly, we're going to know who it is.
And we're going to charge your
Because
credit card.
There's
Why
documentation
the Uber
for
drivers
it.
don't get away with that shit?
Right.
You're an idiot.
You
dude.
don't think that there's people out there that are so afraid to leave their house that they have to drag along a little Shih Tzu that would love on some level to have another human being to be with them.
Maybe it's the fat tire talking. Maybe I think I just came onto your team. So there's OnlyFans. You just came up with OnlyFriends.
Right.
Bing, bang, boom.
That's
dude.
what I'm saying.
I don't know though. I'm still pretty wishy-washy about
And there's different levels of what you're paying for. Like if I'm just going with you to Mara for 20 minutes, or if it's like, all right, I got to meet you at IKEA or some crazy shit.
it. Going there.
That's where you need the support, dude.
Panic attacks.
Follow the arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like, hey, man, I got to go to mom's house for my brother's birthday. The family hates me.
No. I just
This
figured
is
it
gonna
out.
be
No.
crazy.
I
I need to call somebody to have some support.
Here's the thing. I just debunked it again. So second debunk.
Okay.
You have different levels of it, which I agree with. That would work. It's a great business model. So one of the levels is like hey, we won't physically meet, but I just need you to be supportive of like messages or phone calls. Now this person is texting you, and it's very primitive. Like, I'm not having a good day. Oh darn, that sucks. Hope it gets better. But
No,
you paid me.
That's
You got-
not. That's
tell me
not,
about
no,
it.
that's not a
Tell
part
me
of
about
it.
it, stud.
No, that doesn't
And
work.
now we're into OnlyFans again.
Yeah, it's
And
not
we're
that.
back.
If you want me, I'm going to be there. I'm not going to have text conversations.
But you have to understand, this
Seven
is
steps to
everybody
OnlyFans.
trying to come up with some new business model. Is the real world eventually takes over. For better or worse, it happens every fucking time. And that's what's going to happen to your idea.
What do you mean?
You have
I'm
so you- no, no,
operating
no.
in the real world.
No, you have to understand and build or work with knowing that notion of this thing will start pure, and in 10 minutes it's going to get absolutely fucked.
Probably.
Sure, they all do.
Probably.
But my point
probably.
is that there would be some people, like to your point, uses Tinder just to meet new people in different locations, could just honestly want somebody to be around them when they're uncomfortable.
And I get it. And I'm telling you to look up the story of Tinder, how it started with two guys making it like it is that, and now it is what it is.
Sure, they can say that's what it was,
That's what it was.
even though they knew what it was going to turn into.
You understand you're describing
Tinder's
yourself.
a dating app, dude.
No. So you understand.
absolutely
Do you know what
is.
Tinder is?
Yes, but
What
you're,
is Tinder?
you're describing.
Not the app, but the actual noun Tinder. What is that?
I don't know.
Hooking up, swiping right.
No, he's describing the app. So
It's what you like to spark the flame. So that's the smoke.
no, that's Kindling.
Kindling.
Yeah.
With Tinder.
Yes.
Is that not it? That's why there's a
No,
flame
it's-
emoji on it?
No, it's
Google it.
Kindling. But what I'm saying is you're literally describing Tinder again. This is what I wanted it to be. And then the whole world's going to go, I bet you did.
Yeah, but the difference is that when you go on Tinder, you're not swiping right for a bunch of dudes anymore, are you?
What?
Yeah, when you got on Tinder and you signed up, they say, what are you looking for, male or female?
Yeah.
What'd you pick?
Well, now
Female.
What'd you pick?
I never did it.
Okay, if you did, what would you have picked? What are you looking for?
Boobs.
Right. So I don't need that. I'm not looking for anything sexual.
Yours would just say, what support are you looking for?
I
And
just
then
need
we get into
somebody.
the same rabbit hole.
It's way different.
It's not. We're literally describing the same thing, except yours is like a PG rated version.
Yes, exactly.
Which
Because
makes
there's
it
no
co-
sex.
Which makes it completely different.
Until there is sex.
But there isn't.
People will take it there. How are you missing this?
Because if I
I thought we were going to have a hard time going over an hour.
I mean, if it's just dudes, what?
right, like
That
if
needs
you're
support.
on there and all of a sudden you
If
get,
I'm like, hey,
you-
man, I need support, and she's got to be 5'5", smoking hot with a rack, I'm going to be like, yeah, bud, we're probably not going to send that support out for you.
100%. But, and I get that would maybe weed it out to a degree.
Oh, you mean vet it?
No.
like
but-
I said,
No. Everybody figures out a way around it. When you close one door, two open. That's just how life works. It's how people work. They will find a way.
some people will try to exploit it, yes, in every aspect. But that doesn't mean that the majority can't use something for what it's intended for.
Sure. Let's table it.
Table it.
I think it's a good idea.
Maybe we got
It's
one.
not a bad idea.
We have to talk about it.
I bet you that's got to be a service.
Sure.
Already.
Yeah. We'll look it up because you don't want to look up Tinder. So I mean, maybe you can look up your own business. Maybe it's already,
Sure.
maybe it's already there.
Nice.
Dutt, what's your
Here's the thing. So I got put into a moral dilemma after the gender reveal on Sunday.
I love these.
Yeah.
I love moral.
So we go to a local establishment,
Mm-hmm.
Southwest,
Yes. Oh.
a little small bar,
Yep.
very popular.
I know where this is going.
We get there, and obviously we're at one side of the restaurant at a table getting served by server number one. They were about to be cut, but they took us on until the other server got there.
And everybody knows the rules. You
Yeah.
tip kindly to them because they want to leave. They don't want to hang out.
She didn't. She just left. She just transferred the tab and said, I'm out of here.
No
Number one-
communication to you whatsoever.
No communication to me, no communication to the other guy that took over. She didn't even take a tab. of anybody that was ordering drinks, so nobody had an open tab. We just had a table with a tab.
Jesus.
That was getting putting on there.
That's a rookie mistake.
That's rookie mistake number 1.
Yeah.
So we then get up, go to the other side where the pool tables are. We start playing pool.
As you should.
We're ordering drinks over there. A couple hours later, everybody's leaving. They're done eating. It's time to go home. Everybody goes up, pays their tab. I stay because I had some other friends come. My cousin came, shout out, and we just hung out, played darts.
Yeah.
I was like, we're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything.
Yep.
I'll watch the football games. I'll hang out.
Yeah.
Well, buddy comes up to me and he goes, hey, your buddy paid your tab, but he didn't pay his own tab. And I said, oh, really?
Quick pro row.
How much is it? What's on it? And he had like 3 different pieces of paper that were all written on and different pins. And I'm like, oh, that's terrible bookkeeping, number 1, my guy.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Be
wonder
better.
this got past you.
Yeah.
So then he rings it all up, brings it back to me, and he's like, yeah, man, it's like $275. And I was like, nobody paid their tab?
Yeah.
Or what is going on here?
There's a difference here.
And he was like, well, this guy came up. He said what he had, so we took that off. Then he came up, and he said he was paying on your tab. So I gave him your tab, and then he paid it. And I was like, well, he probably didn't say he was paying my tab. You just accidentally gave him my tab.
Yeah.
That's on you, number 1. So then he's like, can you contact him? And at this point, I'm like, well, I'm not putting that on anybody. You know what I mean? And I'm just like,
weird.
so I was like, nah, I can't, man. I don't really know him. He was like, I thought it was your buddy. I was like, well, he's my boss. It was like my boss's boss, actually.
Yeah.
We're here for a work event. And he just goes, oh, you don't have his phone number? I was like, I don't have his cell. Like, I can give you his like work extension.
And like, what is
and I
it
just
to
like
you?
made it seem like I'm at the office, like I didn't know him.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I got like his work extension and things like that, but I don't really have a direct contact to him. And he just goes, oh, what was his name? I gave him a fake name, obviously.
Yeah.
And then he looks him up on Facebook and he's like, are any of these him? And I was like, no. And he was like, are you friends with them on Facebook? Pull up your Facebook.
What?
And I was like, I'm not friends with them on Facebook. I was like, it's company bylaws. You can't be friends with your
Yeah.
subordinates. And then he was just like, yeah, that makes sense. And so he's like, well, are you able to pay it? And I was like, sorry, bud. My tab's paid, right? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, so I'm kind of like, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, I mean, technically you are, but like you could throw me what your tab was that he paid and we could knock this down a little bit. And I was like, I don't have a tab though.
Yeah.
And he was like, but he's going to have to come out of my pocket. And I was just like, I understand that. I do.
Yeah.
But I don't have a tab. And that's their tab.
And
So that's on you to get them to pay the tab. And he just goes, yeah, you're right. And then walks away. And I look at my cousin, and I look at his friend, and I was just like, am I being a dick? And they're like, nah, dude, that's not on you. Don't worry about that.
yeah.
And I was like, well, I guess I got to fucking go now because now it's super awkward.
Awkward as shit.
And then I was leaving, and then I was like, I can't do this to this guy either, man, because now I feel bad. This guy just
Yeah.
trying to get by. And I was like, all right, man. I walked up to the bar and act like I was getting another drink. And he was just like, yeah, man, what can I get you? And I was like, buddy, I'll pay the tab. I got it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. And he just goes, are you fucking serious? And I say, yeah, man, I just needed to let you know. And I literally told him, I was like, you got to do better, bud.
Yeah.
You got to be like better. Like, I
Classic
understand.
line. You gotta be
You
better.
got to do better, man. And I was like, because I understand, like, we were here and then we moved over there and you had one server and the other server, but you got like 9 different pieces of paper that you wrote on. And he was like, yeah, I know. I'm still trying to learn. And I was like, well, here's a
Oh,
learning curve for
yeah.
you, bud.
You gonna
You
learn
better
today.
figure it out. And he
Yeah.
just goes, oh my God, dude, that's so awesome. Thank you so much. Whatever you want, it's on me the rest of the night. And I say, oh, you got it. You're
Here's the-
fucking right, it is.
Here's the thing.
You're fucking right. It
Let
is.
me behind the bar.
But I didn't take advantage of it. I maybe got like a round and like 2 more beers.
Yeah.
But I was just like, buddy, you got to figure it out. And then I'm glad I did the right thing. And then I frequent that place a lot, so I didn't want to be that guy.
Well,
And I
think
didn't
that's
wanna
the
put it
thing
on
is
my-
that, yes,
Didn't
you
want to
go
put it
there
on
a
my
lot.
cousin on there a lot because he goes there all the time. He's a super regular there. And I don't want them to be like, hey, man, your cousin's kind of a piece of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, you're kind of a piece of shit at bookkeeping. So maybe learn how to take fucking tabs down.
But here's the thing. I have a real
Here's the thing.
I have
Here's
a
the
real
thing.
I have a real quandary with anybody that doesn't understand, like, serving you. You need to keep track of your shit. Like,
Yeah.
essentially, that's your job.
Yeah.
And then for the people to realize, okay, I fucked up. We're missing tabs. We're missing people. Like, people have dipped out. They've dined and dashed, whatever. To then question you in like an interrogation form where it's just like, well, do you know them? Do you have their number?
Yeah.
Pull them up on Facebook. And it's like, are you the fucking cops?
I was like, that's not
Like,
happening.
This
my
is
guy.
this is on your business establishment, bud.
Yeah.
This ain't on me. Like, respectfully, like, sorry that you want me
Yeah.
to do all this like fucking detective work.
Yeah.
Like-
But I ended up texting my coworker and I was like, hey, man, did you pay a tab? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I was saying you did. And
Yeah.
he sends me a screenshot of his receipt, that his little
Paid.
bank statement was like,
Yeah.
that's what I put on. And I was like, yeah, I think you paid my tab. And he was like, oh, for real? I was like, yeah, because there's like a bunch of food and a couple
Yeah,
rounds
because
left.
then that's the thing.
And I didn't eat.
Like,
So that's
what-
how I knew it wasn't me.
What was
Yeah.
your tab?
Mine was 105.
And his was 250.
Well, it was like his tab and his mother-in-law and father-in-law's tab.
Right.
So it was like him and his wife and his mother-in-law, father-in-law's tab.
Because like there's getting a deal, and then there's knowing that you're not paying your tab.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when the card got swiped for $100, he was like,
Well, I don't think he
Oh,
knew. He
this
just
is
thought like
not
it was
right.
like he was
Yeah.
like 105. He was like, well, I didn't know, because at that point we're playing pool and like losers had to buy shots, so it's just like a few more got put on the tab than what
It's
would
the
you
classic
expect. But then you look at $100 tab, you're just like, oh yeah, $100 tab, that's about right. We were here
Yeah.
for a couple hours.
You're having fun, and
then
then
it's
all of a
like-
sudden shit hits a fan. You're like, man, we kind of put up some numbers here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I mean,
texted him in the morning, and I was like, hey bud, not gonna lie to you,
You
I
owe
need
me,
a little few of them shekels back.
yeah, you owe me some shekels. Like, yeah, this is
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if anything, when
I made him pay like just like the difference. I was like, take it off my tab since you paid it.
right,
Yeah.
and
You
I
just pay
think
me the
as the
rest of it.
server too, again, doing the whole like, can you reach out to him, Facebook, all that's extreme.
Yeah.
But at the very least, it could have been like, all right, I get that. You're not paying the $250, but could you at least pay what you thought your tab was?
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
So, like, for you to, like, originally going to walk out, I was like, well, that's kind of shitty, too.
Yeah.
Would you expect him to play the whole thing? No. It could have just been like, hey, man, I get it. Do this. Don't leave me on empty. Just pay what you were going to originally pay.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's just, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. 100% it's on the establishment. Slight percentage is on any and all friends or people to know, like, you didn't pay your fair share of the cut, like you said.
Yeah.
Like, just the awareness needs to be better by everybody.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I just didn't know what was going on. I asked him, I was like, hey man, you should speak with your father-in-law, and he was like, nah, dude, he was down bad. I'll just take care of it. He's like, he took care of my bill when we went out to dinner, like for the gender reveal. So he was
Nice.
like, I'll just act like it did. Not, he didn't pay for mine, but he like paid for theirs.
Yeah.
And he was like, I just chalk it up as me paying for them
Nice.
for coming out. And I was like, however you got to do it, dude. Whatever.
Good
Send me my
karma
cut,
coming
though.
your way. Good karma.
I hope.
Yeah.
He did his thing.
Okay.
We did our thing.
One last thing.
Oh,
One last thing.
One last thing, because I think it goes well with what we talked about earlier with your stupid business, but it could be a good one. So
My body.
Iggy Azalea. Some of you might know her. She came onto the scene, the rap scene, with a song. What is it? The work.
Let's not do that. That's just,
well,
it's going to be bad.
Either way,
That
sure.
wasn't her first
At
one.
all.
I don't know what it was, but
I don't know what it was, but I know it wasn't that.
it was something like you could pull it up. But it's
I won't.
She was a one-hit wonder who kind of kept catching like the right wave, if you will, of like being a feature or having other people join her. I feel like I was trying to think
Didn't
of
she win a Grammy?
if she did. That's tragic,
I think she did.
and that's why people probably don't go to the Grammys anymore. But it was one of those where I was
like
trying.
her and like Macklemore won, and they're like, "Fuck that."
Yeah, because I was trying to think of a comparison where I'm like, two people just kind of come out of nowhere, jump onto the scene, that whole shebang. Cardi B is like my other example of it, which she drives me crazy at this point now. But she comes out with her song, but then just keeps ascending and like figures it out. Like, okay, I've caught the wave, I've caught the buzz. How do I control it and then keep going upward with it? Where Iggy, I feel like she just kind of came and went. Like I feel like
Well,
she
she
was
was-
really bad.
Yeah, she's terrible at it. They put her on Sway.
Yeah.
in the morning.
And
That
that
she
was
tried to freestyle, and it was god awful.
the guy called in and was just like, "This is the worst piece
Yeah.
of dog shit I've ever heard." And
Yeah, and then she was just dated Swaggy P.
yeah, like
the
and then
Lakers.
just started dating famous people. But all that to say, she was rumored, because I was looking up the story of it, to have a new album come out, and she was having somebody, I think Tory Lanez, work with her to do it. He ends up going to jail for all that like weird nonsense. Anyways, she basically just completely goes left and starts an OnlyFans. Do you want to guess how much she made in 24 hours?
I seen the number. And I also seen her reply and said that's made up.
Yeah. So allegedly it's 500K, 500 bozos.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
in 24 hours.
Well, she said something like it wasn't like $30 a month or whatever it was.
I don't know, but
It's a lot of subscriptions.
I guess
Yeah.
the whole build up to that is
Because everybody wanted to see them yobs, dude. She's thick. She is good looking.
she is, but here's the thing. We keep creating things to where the 1%ers just build this gap further and further. So we make OnlyFans, and don't get me wrong, there are tons of females crushing it. There's actually guys that do really well on OnlyFans too, from what I've like seen, what people have talked about, because they're like, chicks rake in 10,000 a month, to millions, and then they're like, yeah, there's some guys that do pretty well too, and it's like, I guess good for us, I don't know, but it's
Shout
like,
out.
yeah, but if
You want to see me jerk off?
it's like if you're a person of interest, POI,
See a lot of lawbreakers.
yeah, I don't see a cap and say. It's like this. We just keep creating things where they can just default to this.
Yeah.
They can just do that. And it's like, here's the thing. Make something to where we can even the playing field for people. Because now you have this app where I get, like, again, it's, it's to meet people, to be with closer to your fans. It's fucking porn. You're paying for boobs, you're paying for ass, you're paying for fucking shit, and it's just weird. You can just go Google half of it. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But you're just taking the biggest chunks of pie from people that are just normal people. And I think that's where it's like, for me, like the moral aspect comes out where I'm like, if fucking, Becky from Fort Wayne wants to do her thing on OnlyFans, it sucks that some celebrity can just come out of the woodwork one day because she doesn't give a shit and she's bored and just steals an entire, faction of business overnight.
I mean, I don't think she's stealing
Right.
that girl's business of the nobody from Fort Wayne.
Right. But
You know what I mean?
but
But
you
that's like anything that a celebrity does that's anybody with a following.
it's trash.
You got to get that following first, and then you could do anything. You can
It's so weird.
monetize it
Yeah.
off of anything.
And I
like
mean-
I think Bad Baby has made fucking like 30 million from Cash Me Outside.
Yeah.
And that's how she got famous, being on Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
And then she started rapping, and then she did an OnlyFans.
And it's
And now she's made like 30 million.
Yeah.
insane.
I mean, I agree with you where
But I also think she put her album, Iggy Azalea put her album on OnlyFans.
where
Got to sell it somehow.
it
Hey.
does suck.
But guess what? She did 30
Right.
racks a pop.
And that's the thing. Like when you
Trash.
achieve that level, it's both good and bad because again, they do something that you and I do, we don't get criticized for it.
Yeah.
They do it, it's to the public eye, and it's like you're the worst person in the world. The opposite is that yes, I can create an OnlyFans and make $500,000 in a month, where somebody local who's probably more attractive than me does it, makes 5,000.
If
Like
that.
right,
Yeah.
it's both sides, and I'm not saying like, oh, celebrities have it hard by any stretch of the imaginations, because they don't. But that's just the price of poker. Like when you're famous,
Yeah.
I mean, again, we talk about this all the time. We have better content on this podcast than
Right.
probably 70% of well-known people out there.
Right.
Right.
They just get the promotions and the sponsors right away because they're famous.
Fuck.
That- That's it.
Boom. Yeah.
Sometimes your idols become your rivals.
Boom.
Am I
Nailed it.
right?
There it is.
Yeah.
But before we close, though,
Here's the thing.
Twitter. Instead of connecting two people who already knew each other, like a number of other platforms,
You meant to say Tinder.
Tinder moved, whatever it is, Tinder moved to
Twitter
play,
and Tinder are two completely different.
Tinder moved to play matchmaker between two perfect strangers. Similar to existing social platforms, however, the founders also cemented the importance of a double opt-in, make any moves, meaning that both parties would already have to express interest before communication would take place. This isn't just trying to find a bro in another city, man.
Yeah. That's
Well,
matchmaking.
and
it
I-
says it.
And I love the fact that because again, I would love to argue this all day. I don't want to, because that's just where it gets off on a tangent. You're taking the word two people agree to communicate as they just got to go fuck. Which again, I get is
It says Tinder moved to play matchmaker.
that is an article written by somebody that is trying to coerce the words to make it a readable article.
Why
That's
is Tinder called Tinder?
what does it say?
I just read it to you. It talks about the whole backstory of Tinder.
I'll look it up and give it to you later, but it's just not right. it's wrong. I'm sorry.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
You're just wrong. Why?
The price is
I'm
wrong.
right. Because I'm right.
Here's-
You're wrong.
Here's the thing. That's our latest episode.
It is.
That's that, baby.
We did it.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.